Namaste and welcome to Barsha Batti, where the downpour of life meets the light within. I'm your host Yukta, and today we begin something raw, necessary, and frankly, long overdue. I created this podcast to hold space for the honest, messy, and often unseen parts of life. And within this podcast, our first series is Mom Rage and Grace. Mom Rage and Grace dives into the emotional weight of modern motherhood, from the mental load and invisible labor to the cultural expectations that shape how we move through the world. So whether you're a parent, a caregiver, or someone just trying to make sense of this world, I'm so glad you're here. I felt called to create this series after witnessing what so many of us carry silently, the way moms go unheard, the way frustrations begin to surface when we're at a breaking point. And we've started whispering our truths to one another in private, but these truths deserve space, they deserve volume, and they deserve validation. This series is for all those moments we've had to swallow down, for those who don't have anyone to turn to, and for the hidden parts of motherhood that often don't get light. We don't talk about mom rage nearly enough. Not the kind that makes you lose it, but the kind that simmers silently. The kind that is buried beneath duty, guilt, and unmet needs. Before I even had a name for it, mom rage showed up in me as sudden outbursts, as silent treatments that would spill onto my husband, and in ways I hate to admit, like the little ant bites my son felt on his heels. In these moments, I felt like I couldn't catch a breath. I felt misunderstood. I felt judged. And it wasn't in anger. I feel it was from the emptiness I felt from losing myself in the nonstop grind. One of my loneliest moments in motherhood is when I carried guilt. I felt guilt when I was not able to meet expectations, not just as a mother, but from my roles outside of it as well. In those moments, my feelings may have seemed dramatic, like they were adding on a burden. My perspective in those moments felt non-existent though. Postpartum, overwhelmed, and I was still expected to carry everything without complaint. Mom rage isn't about being a bad mother. It's about being a human one, just cornered by invisible labor, expectations, and isolations that leave no space for softness. And grace? On the hardest days, grace means stepping away. From the moment, from the room, even from my baby. It's sometimes in those 2 seconds I can close my eyes and just pretend that time has paused. It's in me choosing not to act on that rage. It's in me knowing that I'm not alone. I find grace in walks, in trying to find something for myself. It's in small drives, coffee runs. It's in when I take my son to the library or to the park, on play dates. Sometimes even just crying it out. It's in remembering that I exist beyond just being needed. So no, this series isn't about solutions. It's about truth-telling. It's a space to speak what we thought we had to hold alone. Because if you've ever thought, this isn't who I am, you're not broken, you're not failing. You're just feeling what the world refuses to name. And maybe, just maybe, saying it out loud is the first form of grace. I want to leave you with a few questions. There's no pressure to answer them. Just hold on to them gently. When was the last time you felt rage and what was underneath it? What expectations do you carry silently? What does grace look like for you? And what would it feel like to let yourself be seen? Not after the storm has passed, but in the middle of it. If no one has told you lately, you are not alone. We all have these moments. We are not born knowing how to do any of this. And yet here we are, trying every day. So let's keep trying. Please look forward to our first episode releasing on Mother's Day, where I sit down and have a chat with a fellow mother and a friend, Babina, about the ways we felt invisible, expected, and undervalued in our roles as a mother. This is Yukta, and you've been listening to Mom Regent Grace on Barsha Batti.